Okay, I've waited long enough, as I was going to do this after lunch, and now it's after 5 o'clock, so... Alright. Well, I had an encounter, an argument, I should say, on Facebook with someone in one of my Facebook groups, and I wanted to talk about it, kind of vent myself. But I figured, you know what? It works with this video, so I'll talk about it when I get to the certain movie franchise that it's in. So, we'll get there. But with that in mind, let's talk about non-horror remakes. This first one, I was surprised to actually find out when I found out. I've known it for a while, but this is actually a remake. If you don't know it, you're going to be like, and that's Homeward Bound, The Incredible Journey. It's actually a remake of a 1960s film called The Incredible Journey, where the animals did not talk. But, yeah. I haven't seen the original, but, yeah. Next is Flubber, which is a remake of The Absent-Minded Professor, which I saw way long time ago when I was a kid. It was on Disney Channel back when it first started. We play, like, old movies. They call it Vault Disney, and they play older, black and white. That's how I watched The Monkey's Uncle. But The Absent-Minded Professor was on there, and it was okay. This one's alright. 1998. Okay, we get to 1993, 97. Alright, 1998. We got Godzilla, the TriStar version, the Matthew Broderick. That's a lot of fish version. And I don't hate this like most people do. I think it's fine. My big thing is, I had never seen a Godzilla movie before this. And I grew up with the cartoon series based off of this. So when I finally watched this, I thought it was alright. I like some of the older Godzilla stuff better, and I like some of the newer stuff better. So, 1999, we have a remake of the Universal classic, The Mummy, which is a remake of the 1932 classic, The Mummy, starring Boris Karloff, but, you know, more action and more Brendan Fraser, more dirt face. Another one I was surprised to find out is a remake, and it's Gone in 60 Seconds. It's a loose remake of the 1960s movie with the same name. It's got Nicolas Cage, so you know it's a little wackier. This is what I'm iffy on. I'm really iffy on it because it's a remake, but it's not a remake of a movie. What it remade was a TV animated special from back in the 60s, 70s, whatever it was. And that's How the Grinch Stole Christmas. But I was looking through my VHSs to see if there was any, you know, remakes in there. And I saw this, and I'm like, you know what? I think it counts. Jim Carrey is Jim Carrey, of course. He's great. Still kind of for the animated version, but I figured I gotta put it in here. What? What? No, Mark Wahlberg. What? Planet of the Apes? What? You monkeys that talk? Apes? What? No. Okay, I don't hate this like most people do. I saw this in school, actually, and I thought it was alright. I was waiting for the sequel. We never got it. This is 2001. It's Planet of the Apes, Tim Burton film. Never realized it was a Tim Burton film until I bought it, and it said Tim Burton film. Like, oh! I guess Batman ain't the only Tim Burton film I like. And Beetlejuice, of course, but yeah. Remake of the original Planet of the Apes back in the 60s. We got, speaking of Tim Burton, he is famous for Batman, and this is Batman Begins. Damn it, why'd you do that? The only one I have like this, Batman Begins, and it's not shot for shot. It's not like remake. It's a readaptation, but I figured if I included it in Chapter 2 and the horror one, I had to add this, and there's some that are like this. But yeah, 2005, Batman Begins, and in 2007 we got a remake of a 1980s film that's set in the 60s, and it's Hairspray, 50s, whatever. It's a fine film. John Travolta's a woman, for some reason. I bought this at Shopko on impulse to say, hey, you know what? Why not? I like musicals. It's alright. I've watched it a couple times. Not too big. It doesn't get played over well. If I want to watch a musical, I'll pop in Grease. That's what I grew up with. Here's another one. People might say, might not be a remake, but I count it because it's a remake of the 2003 Ang Lee film, and that's 2008's Incredible Hulk. It's the only MCU movie I have on this list, and I'll tell you why. Because it's the only one I feel was actually a remake. Because this is before they said to make a cinematic universe, and it was actually supposed to remake Ang Lee's Hulk, and it recaps basically everything that happened in that film at the beginning, with some differences as they didn't add some of the stuff Ang Lee did. But yeah, I'm not going to count Captain America, the first Avenger, even though there was a 1990 film called Captain America, because, well, since the beginning of the franchise, Captain America's was like looming over this franchise. We're just waiting for him to show up. He's the reason why there's Avengers, the whole thing. And Spider-Man Homecoming I'm not going to count because he wasn't introduced in Spider-Man Homecoming. He's introduced in Civil War, so he wasn't introduced in his own movie, so I'm not going to count it. But alright. Sherlock Holmes, and I could remake of all the classic Sherlock Holmes serials I had, black and white, with Basil Rathbone, but had to put this in here, and this was 2008, hold on, 2009. Also in 2009, we got a remake of another classic film, Clash of the Titans. I have this, have not watched it. I've seen the original, actually, back when it was on TNT. When I was a kid, I watched it with my mom, and I thought it was pretty good. I have not watched this one yet. It never really looked enticing to me. I actually never thought of ever watching this. My friend gave this to me. He's like, hey, I don't watch this. You want to make sure? Not that I'm going to watch it, but sure. I liked Sam Worthington in Avatar and Terminator Salvation, so alright, let me get... Alright, well, continuing, so we got Rise of the Planet of the Apes. There's also a remake of the 1960s Planet of the Apes films, and yes, this is better than Planet of the Apes, and I will eventually review the series. I only got the 4, this trilogy and the remake one, the Tim Burton one, but yeah. It's interesting. I just thought I'd noticed this. Where is it? It's kind of got the same, it's got the same font. Maybe they did that on purpose, but it's kind of that same kind of font. Okay, 2012 gave us Amazing Spider-Man, which I am including because it was a total reboot of the Spider-Man franchise. We got a Lizard, we got a new Spider-Man, we got new Love Interest, we got a new universe, which didn't go anywhere, but yeah. 2013, Man of Steel. Reboot of Superman, darker, gritty Superman, which I actually preferred. I remember the only real negative thing I had when I went in was, why didn't I play the theme song? But I guess they're going for a darker, grittier edge to it. 2014, we got 3 of them here. RoboCop. Having watched the original one after I bought it like last year, yeah, this one is not so good. It's PG-13, which is always kind of the RoboCop 3 is PG-13, and you know what people think of that. I mean, killing off Lewis, come on. Spoilers, sorry, but yeah. We also have Gojira from 2014. Not bad. People complain about it. I see where they're coming from. There's not a lot of action stuff. King of the Monsters had more action stuff when it came to monsters and stuff. So yeah, and okay, this is where I'm going to talk. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Okay, I'm in a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles group on Facebook. I'm in 2 of them, I guess. I didn't realize that, but I'm in a group, and someone has been posting like all the voices of the Turtles, right? And one of them was for Michelangelo, and Robbie Rist voiced Michelangelo in all 3 of the classic live-action Ninja Turtles. And some guy, I'm not going to call him an idiot because I'm not going to bash him or anything, but some guy whose name I won't reveal, 1, I forgot it, and 2, I'm not going to be mean, but he said the only one to voice a turtle in all 3 Ninja Turtles films. And I said, no. I said Brian Toshi voiced Leonardo in all 3 live-action films. And he's like, nah, bro. He was the in-suit performer. He didn't do the voice. And I said, so I'm like, okay, you want to question me? Fine. So I went to the Wikipedia page. I went to his filmography. I highlighted everything, copied, and I pasted. And I said, from Brian Toshi's Wikipedia. His response, of course, was, anyone can edit Wikipedia. Google it. I Googled it. it showed me exactly the same thing that I already know. He voiced them in all 3 films. So I said, I Googled it. Maybe you should Google it. It'll prove me right. So, wait a few minutes. He dinged back, and he showed me pictures. He's like, not voice, only instant performer, and showed me pictures. I'm like, okay, I'm trying to be civil with this guy. I'm trying to not cuss, not, throw any expletives. I don't want to get thrown out of the group. I'm trying to be nice. But he's getting on my nerves. He's being a dick. So I said, look, I'm trying to be civil about this, but you're being a dick. I know I'm right. About this. Don't question me on Ninja Turtles. I know Ninja Turtles. And then he responded with something that I didn't get to in time. And then when I went to look at it, it was just doing a load thing, like it wasn't loading. And then as I was trying to find it again, I realized he deleted his comment from the post. I hate that. Rather than finish out the conversation or admit that they're wrong, they just delete their comment so they don't have to deal with it. Either that or they, some posts, they'll ask a question, and if they don't like what they get, they'll stop comments. They'll turn off comments for the post. It's like, well, you're on the internet. You're going to have, you're on social media. You're going to have people who disagree with you. You're going to have people that, say bad things. You can deal with it. You can have them blocked. You can do stuff like that. In this case, though, I know I'm right. When it comes to these 3 Ninja Turtles movies, I know I'm right. It ain't no bull. All right? I know I'm right about this. I've looked it up. Wikipedia and Google all tell me he played Leonardo in all 3 films. There's even a post in that group that, because I said there was one for all the voices of Michelangelo. I found the one about Leonardo. And it shows Brian Toshi as the only one on there from the movie. And I thought about, tagging him in there. But right now, I'm not going to, hop on. I'm just going to go on YouTube and blast the guy. I'm not saying his name. I'm not really trying to blast him. I'm just saying I know I'm right on this. All right? When it comes to Ninja Turtles, you don't question me. Ninja Turtles are Power Rangers. You don't question me. All right? Maybe wrestling you question me because I don't know a lot of older stuff. But anyway, that was Ninja Turtles 2014. 2015, we got Mad Max Fury Road, which is another one that's iffy. You can call it a remake, or it can be a sequel. You can decide for yourself, Fan Four Stick. Yes, I call it that. Oh. Next. Ghostbusters, Answer the Call. I don't get to hate for this movie. I actually think it's pretty good. My kid likes this movie. And, yeah, 2016. Also, in 2017, Kong Skull Island, which I count as a reboot of King Kong. So, yeah. And it's a pretty good film. Power Rangers, 2017. Now, yes, I know there was a memorable Power Rangers movie, and this is sort of like that. But it's a reboot. It's a film reboot of the Power Rangers franchise, so I count it, right? Tom Cruise's Mummy. Just like Fan Four Stick. All right, last 2 now. Ooh, a bit stinks in here. That's stinky. Disney are known for their live-action reboots. There are only 2 that ever caught my eye that I wanted to see. Other ones are just like, eh. So I have them here, and you know what they are because I showed them before. Aladdin and Lion King, both 2019. This one better than this one, but they're still alright, They're not bad. I haven't really seen any. I've seen part of the Alice in Wonderland one with Johnny Depp, the first one, but it was okay. My ex was watching it one day when I came home from work, so don't worry, we didn't live together. She was just stayed over the night before, and I let her watch TV when I'm gone. But yeah, wanted to share that story with you. Didn't want to make it its own video, although I could have. But yeah. So, what are your thoughts on these non-horror reboots? And for those of you saying The Mummy, I gotta say is, this is action adventure. It's not horror, and I don't know what the hell this is, but it's sure as hell not horror. All right, the original Mummy was a horror film, to be assured, but this is action adventure. Although the first one does have a little more horror element to it than the other two, but it's action adventure. And this one, I don't know what it was trying to be, but it sure was hell wasn't horror. But yeah, I count those as non-horror. All right. Anyway, what are your thoughts? Let me know in the comments below. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for watching. I've been Scotty. See you in the next one.